guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'd like to do a fun little project, and we're going to make beeswax wraps. And this is something that I've wanted to make for a while, and I thought that we could take the opportunity and make them together. Now there are two different ways to make these. One of them is a bit more expensive and a bit harder to do, and it requires resin and another form of oil with the beeswax. And the second way that we're going to do today is just beeswax and 100% cotton fabric. The ones that they make with resin tend to be a little bit tackier, a little bit stickier, and I would prefer to do just the plain beeswax because what I actually want to do with them is to cover bowls and stuff in the refrigerator. Now you can use them to wrap sandwiches and cheese and just about anything that isn't wet. It's not preferable to use these kind of wraps on anything that's going to touch wet food. They are very easy to take care of. Once they've completely cooled off, you can just wash them in cool water and a mild soap. You don't want to use hot water. It will start to melt your beeswax off. And they are really easy to touch back up. Say you get a crease or something in them, or you just need to touch the beeswax up because you use them a lot. So let's go ahead and get to this footage, and we'll have us a little bit of fun. Okay, the first thing you want to do is to get your fabric cut. And the wonderful thing about doing it yourself is you can make them any size you want. You can lay out, let's see, I use a plate and a saucer and a small bowl. And I don't know if you can see on the edge there, I use pinking shears. It helps cut down on the fraying a little bit. After you get them cut, the next thing that you want to do is wash and dry them. It'll cut down a bit on the shrinkage and a little bit of color bleed. I do have a little bit here in the red, but these are for me, so I'm not terribly worried about it. Okay. The next thing you want to do is you want to get your oven heating up to about 200 degrees. And you want to use a nice big cookie sheet and line it with parchment paper. Oh, and get the cat hair off of it. Okay. Now, I don't know any exact measurements, and it would be difficult to give an exact measurement on how much beeswax to use. Because they vary in size, and yours aren't probably going to be the exact same size as mine. But I found a really nice pure beeswax, and I wanted to go with the whiter ones. They're a bit more filtered. It doesn't really make that much of a difference, but there's some white in the patterns that I have, and I didn't want to use the yellow. So that's the only reason that I chose white over yellow. They are more filtered. I put some in a cup, and you're going to need a brush. Once they go in the oven and the wax is melted, you use the brush to spread it out and make sure you get all the way to the edges. And see, our oven's not quite heated up yet. But you can also use a hanger and some clothespins, and I've got these little ones. So when you take them out of the oven, you can hang them up so they'll completely cool off. Okay. So, all the instructions say liberal. So, we'll see. Sprinkle some on here. Try to get out to the edges a little bit better. Well, I could kind of give you an idea because this is a half a cup and I'm doing 3 of them. So after we put it in the oven, we can take them out and see how well they did. Because you can always add more. Okay. That is almost half a cup on all 3 of these. And you can see how big that bag is. That's a 16-ounce bag, and I only use that much, so it won't be terribly expensive to make them. That whole big bag of beeswax is only about $9. Okay, now we've got the oven needs to finish coming up just a little bit. And then what we're going to do when the oven comes all the way up to 200, we're going to put them in the oven for about 4 minutes. It says 4 to 8, but I know my oven works very, very well. So I'm going to get them in the oven. I'm going to leave them there for 4 minutes, and then I'm going to check them. And we'll see how well we're doing. And there we are at 200 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and throw these in the oven, and we'll check back in about 4 minutes. Okay, we are at 4 minutes, and they're not quite completely done. And I think maybe this red one needs just a little bit more. Put a few extra on here. And then I'm going to pop them back in the oven for probably another 2 minutes. So I'll see you in a couple minutes. Okay, now we're at 6 minutes and they are completely melted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the brush and make sure that all the wax is all the way out to the edge. Oh, that melted really nice. Okay, so yeah, that, I really like that. That did very, very, very well. Okay, and for those 3, that's a dinner plate, and that's a saucer, and this is a little, like a little ceramic cereal bowl. And we used less than a half a cup. And it looks to me like they got coated very, very, very well. Okay, so I'm going to hang these up on this hanger, and I'm going to let them cool for a little bit, and I'll be right back to show you the finished product. Okay, they're all nice and cool, and I've got them off the hanger. You can see how pliable they are. So we're going to test it out on this little bowl. Yeah, that works pretty good. It might be a little big for that bowl. A few pinches around it. There you have it. Easy, fun, and yes, I already have another set down in the oven. Yeah. That was a lot of fun, and that was really, really, really easy. Probably should take a second to jump back in here. I just took it back off the bowl and flattened it back out, and there's no creases, and the wax didn't split on them at all. Okay, well that was a whole lot of fun and really, really easy. Um, there are lots of things you can do with them too. I mean, if you do it yourself, you can make them any size that you want, any shape to cover just about anything. Um, you could also put buttons on the opposing corners and get a little piece of twine, and when you fold them over a sandwich, you can make sure that it stays shut. Or you could even sew like a pocket with a flap like a sandwich bag. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I had a whole lot of fun. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to ring that little bell. It'll let you know when we put out new videos. And don't forget to leave a comment or a question. We enjoy seeing everything that you have to say and interacting with everybody. But I hope you have a whole lot of fun. I did. And yeah, I made a couple extra sets for me too while I was in there. But that's all I have for today, so we'll catch you in the next one.